Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Sage here, bringing you peace and wisdom. Today we're going to take it a little bit left. I am making this video because I was having a conversation with a friend and she said I should because I was making some good points. So here we are. We are going to talk about why you're having so hard of a time trying to find a good man. Maybe you feel like they're just not any in the world. Well, I'm sorry to say a lot of it has to do with you and your approach to finding a good man. So first, let's define what a good man even is, right? Okay, I got a list from a video that I really like. I'm gonna actually leave the link in the comments below if you want more explanation because it goes into a little bit more detail about this list. But I had a bunch of this stuff written down already. It was just a few things not on there. And I'm like, so this is perfect because it is in alignment with what I think. So I'm gonna share that with you guys in the comments if you want to check that video out. It's not my video, but it's gonna be in the comments. Okay. So the first thing, first and foremost, he's respectful in every way. Number 2, he protects you and stands by you. Number 3, he makes you smile even when you're mad. Number 4, he is kind, but he's not weak. Number 5, he is supportive. Number 6, he is trustworthy. Number 7, he makes you feel worthy and good about yourself. Number 8, he's not selfish or narcissistic. Number 9, he is constantly improving himself. And number 10, you guys share a lot of the same values. Not all of them, they don't have to be all of them, but you share a lot of the same values, okay? So if you want more like elaboration on those, the video's in the comment below, okay? Links, in the description box. The video is in the description box. Okay, so now that we have defined what a good man is, let's figure out why you are having a hard time finding one and how we can help you with that, okay? So the first issue that could be wrong is your attitude, your mindset. For the type of man that you're looking for, you could be too immature. He can be grown and about his business, and you can be about fighting and drama, and he doesn't like that, you know? A good man is not a dramaful man, right? I think we can all agree that the less drama someone brings you, the better, because good people don't like the negative vibes. So if you want a good man, you got to become a good girl and lay off the fights, lay off the starting arguments. You know, some people just love to argue for no reason. You know, he leaves the seat up and you're blowing up at him for leaving the seat up when you've never even asked him not to do that, you know? And maybe he didn't know you were coming over. You know what I mean? Something like that. So give him some grace and just say, hey, I would appreciate it if you don't leave the seat up, you know, instead of starting that drama. Also, immaturity, you can talk too much. Maybe he doesn't feel he can trust you with certain things to not tell your family and friends. Now, I'm not saying there's no parts, you know, because sometimes we need to vent, sometimes we need advice, but you don't have to tell every single thing. If he tells you something in private, for the most part, it should stay in private. You know what type of things that you should share or you can share and what type of things you can't. And a lot of the time as women, we will completely just cross that line and expect him to stay with us, or you know, expect it to go somewhere further and wondering why he's pulling back. Like, if you just met him last week, he's not gonna feel comfortable with all of your friends saying, oh, I heard a lot about you. I've only known you for a week. What have you heard? Okay, next, your standards are too low. So sometimes, you know, we don't think about how low our standards are. You know, we sometimes are even just so desperate for anyone to like us. And I feel like this was my problem when I was dating. So I feel like this is a problem that I had. My standards were just too low. I didn't have standards. I just wanted someone to like me because all of my friends were getting boyfriends, and I was like, well, what's wrong with me? And when I finally found a guy who called me beautiful, I tried to stick to him forever because I was like, no one's ever gonna feel this way about me. Not true, but you know, that's where I was, and I know that's where a lot of other women are. They've been so hurt. They just want that first sign of attraction, first sign of love, and that's not what you want. You know, you need to raise your standards. So some of us, like, you start talking to somebody who's already in a relationship or who's not fully out of that relationship, like still heavily contacting the ex, or you know what I mean, like if or come into a relationship where someone's expecting a baby, you know what I mean, you set yourself up for failure. Now, I'm not saying that all of these guys are bad. I'm just saying when you are actively looking for a good guy, you can save yourself a lot of heartache by just not dealing with that type. You know, if he's in a relationship, what makes you think that he's going to be faithful to you? What makes you different? You know, he can tell you all the lies, whatever he wants, but if you went and talked to the girlfriend, what is she gonna say? You know what I mean? Like, don't put yourself in that situation. If you talk to a man who is already in a relationship with someone else, that karma's gonna come back to you. And if you happen to get that man, most of the time he's not going to be faithful to you. It's very rarely, very, very rare. Okay, you date lazy men, right? When you meet him, he has no job, he has no car, he's not in school, he has absolutely nothing going for him. He might be a gangbanger, you know what I mean? No offense if you are a gangbanger trying to change your life, you know what I mean? Like, he just has no drive, no action. You know, he takes no action to further his life. Okay, so number 3, you ignore their rap sheet and your better judgment, your intuition, right? So you will know right off bat, I shouldn't date this guy. I shouldn't give this guy a chance. Even though he's persistent, you will know he is not good for you. But what do? You give him that chance and another chance and another chance, because there is just something about that bad boy that you like until you don't, right? So, and then you also give too many second chances, right? So when you know that he's no good and you start dating him anyways, and he shows you who he really is, you don't leave. You, just because you're invested for a little bit of time, but it's not productive. It's not forever. The average lifespan is like 80 years now, you know what I mean? And you're worried about that little bit of time in this big chunk of life that you get to live. And instead of saying, oh, I'm gonna cut this off now because it's going nowhere, it's not good, you continue to prolong that because of your fear of change, when you should embrace change. Next, you know, where's the little clicker? Like, you flip your channels, flip your men. Don't settle for a lazy, disrespectful guy. You know what I mean? Don't do it. We do that to ourselves. Why? So, number 4, your standards are too high. Yes, I know. After I just said your standards were too low, but sometimes we set unrealistic expectations for who we are. But, you know, sometimes you want your man to be like sexy and fit and wealthy and all these things, but you eat like crap. You don't take care of yourself. Like, you don't even care about your opinion, your appearance, and you yourself won't go out and find a job. You know, you yourself won't go out and take care of yourself, you know, and you expect to attract a man who is the complete opposite of you when you are not doing anything to attract him, right? So if you expect a man to have certain priorities, certain things, you have to be able to meet those expectations yourself, right? Number 5, you're too closed off. You are too resentful, you know? So you have all that pain and all that junk from your past relationships, and you go and generalize all men are trash, but then when you find a good man, you're treating him like he's a trash man, right? And that's not going to work. A good man is not going to let you mistreat him for too long, right? So you have to go in and conquer those inner demons before you start dating again, which is going to be our next point. But you can't be closed off. You can't be blameful. You know, you can't blame him for every little thing that you think he's doing because that's what your ex did, right? You have to, when you are looking and going to another relationship, you have to go in with an open heart, and you have to be honest with yourself. Is this me doing this, or is this him? You know what I mean? And you know, you don't want to keep pulling away. If he's a good man and he's leaning into you and you keep pulling away, he's not going to stay around for that rejection. He doesn't want to keep being rejected, right? Just like you don't want to keep being rejected, neither does he. So now that we have those 5 and those things, which ones resonated with you and which do you need to work on? So how do we change it? So the first thing I'm going to go back to is work on yourself. You got to learn to love to be alone. You got to learn to love to be by yourself. You got to go take yourself out on a date. Go to a restaurant and say, table for 1, please. You know, and don't spend the whole time on your phone. Just say table for 1 and go and sit in your thoughts and be happy. The next thing you can do is write down exactly what you want in a man, like exactly what you want. So when you are dating men, you can go over your list and you can know which man has the most qualities. Which brings me to the third thing, is to date multiple people, right? Start dating a lot of people. I dated 30 guys. That doesn't mean I had sex with all of them. That doesn't mean that, you know, that I was intimate with all of them. It was literally like I was on a dating website. So we would be like texting, and then we're like, okay, let's meet up. And then we meet up, and within that one day, I decided if I wanted another date with them. I didn't take them all back home, and you know, and I highly suggest that you do not sleep with a bunch of men, because it's going to cloud your judgment, cloud your emotions, and take you out of a state of being authentic with that person and finding someone who's truly for you. Like, don't sleep with everybody, because it's just going to complicate things, and you don't want that. Okay, but yeah, so that's all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I would love to hear your comments. If you like this content, please like and subscribe so you can get more videos like this. And here are my daily gratitude 3. Okay, so I am grateful that I am losing weight and it's staying off. I am grateful for the ability that I was able to do my hair, and that I had the funds to buy the stuff to do my hair. I am grateful that I was able to cook dinner today and even offer to share a meal with my neighbor. So yes, those are my 3. And what are yours? I'd love to hear them in the comments below. Remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you back here tomorrow with your gratitude 3.